Hey y'all, Bobby Lovell again here today. Time for another Sunday Funday video. You know, it has been 1 year that I've been doing this. Started at the 1st of March last year, right when COVID really hit. Just as kind of a little pick-me-up, just to kind of share a humorous story or, a story that about my raising or, just a historical type story just for us all to reminisce. And I think I've had about 3 of you watch about every episode that I've done for this past year. And, I just want to say thank you for all of you who have watched these stories, shared these stories, had your comments about various stories and things. And, man, I don't know where this is going to go, but as long as the good Lord leads, I'm going to continue doing it. I got to thinking about a story I wanted to share with you on this anniversary date. And as many of you know, and as I've said many times, I've grown up in church. We were at church before the preacher was when I was growing up there in First Baptist Bayard. After Gail and I got married, I was youth minister in 4 different churches. And just hanging around church as much as I did growing up and serving as a minister, oftentimes there's a lot of funny stories that occur at church. And this particular story, I was serving as youth minister up in First Baptist Throckmorton. And our pastor there, when you have the offertory and all the men come down to take and pass the plates for the tithes and offerings, and you have the offertory prayer, or you have the benediction and the closing prayer as we leave. Well, the pastor, he always has those select few men that he calls upon to pray. Well, this particular gentleman, and I'm not going to name any names, he had his prayers down pat. I mean, you knew when Pastor Cliff called on him to pray, you already knew what he was going to pray, because he had his offertory prayer, if he was called on for offertory, and he had his closing benediction prayer that he would pray before we all left. And this particular Sunday, he was with 3 other men standing there for the offertory prayer, and Brother Cliff called on him. And he gets into his prayer, and he starts praying. And he gets about halfway into his prayer that he says every time. The only problem is, this particular prayer is not his offertory prayer. This particular prayer is his benediction prayer. And he realizes it halfway into this prayer. And he has to stop and start all over with his offertory prayer. And so, it's a little comical, and there was a little snickering going on in the congregation as we all realized what he had done. But it doesn't matter. God knows our hearts. And it doesn't matter if we have a prayer that we say every time, or if we just don't even hardly have the words to say. God knows our hearts. And God knows and knew his heart that day, even though the rest of us kind of got a little chuckle out of it. Guys, remember, y'all be sweet. I'll be pretty. I love you, and God bless.